All right, hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, yeah, you fumble sometimes when you are nervous, but then yes, my nervousness goes because I have a very powerful personality in front of me, and all the viewers who are watching this, it's a very great video gonna be there because we have someone great. The person with me is none other than the KBC 12 season, which is 2020's first winner, Nazia Naseem, and it's my privilege to actually get her on the Zoom and talk to her. So currently we're doing a Zoom video because COVID is going on, and yes, we should take safety measures, etc. So I thought let's go on a Zoom channel right now. Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on Zoom and talking to us, Nazia. How are you doing?
Thank you, Irshad. I am doing wonderful, and I would like to tell the viewers that though you called me great, I don't think there is anything great about me. But I'm truly humbled by all the recognition and all the appreciation that I'm getting, and thank you for these kind words. It's a Saturday and it's a lovely Saturday evening, and I'm so honored to be talking to you and your audience. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
My pleasure too. And I think the great person never considers themselves as great. You always are down to earth, and that is basically the बोलते हैं ना कि वो पहचान होती है basically जो great होता है
जी.
उसकी. तो यहाँ पर मैं पहला सवाल आपसे ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ that what was your first reaction when it was announced that you won 1 crore while you were seated on the hot seat? क्या महसूस हुआ आपको?
जब हो रहा था शो एंड ऑब्वियसली लाइक आई सेड मैं 70% श्योर थी और मिस्टर बच्चन keeps building the suspense कि ये ठीक है या नहीं है and when that those magical words came out from his mouth 1 crore. I think it was emotionally very overwhelming for me and my family who went with me. So I think I was emotionally very you know um, overcharged or very weak at that moment in time because obviously we never thought that this would happen to us या ऐसा कोई पल आएगा हमारी जिंदगी में. So I think a lot of emotions were flowing in and honestly that money part was obviously there, that it's huge amount of money, but I think the sense of accomplishment that you finally
जी जी.
accomplished something, and you've got onto a show which was your childhood dream, and you're actually sitting in front of Mr. Bachchan, and then you get to a point where you actually win that. So I think वो एक बहुत ही moment of truth जिसको बोलते हैं. I think that was the moment of truth for me, and we were all very emotional, and I think that was absolutely reflecting in our behavior that time.
ओके अंडरस्टूड. एक्चुअली ये उन खास पलों में से होता है जहां पर आप एक्चुअली में एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज यू सो ओवरवेल्म सो ओवरचार्ज. मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल कि अगर मैं अपने आप को इमेजिन करूं कि मैं आपकी जगह पे कभी वन कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं तो सारे फ्लोर पे जंप करता रहूंगा, बच्चन सर को हक करूंगा और शायद जाके ऑडियंस में भी सबको हक करके आऊँ यू नो.
जी.
क्योंकि उस वक्त आप इतने ओवरचार्ज होते हो कि यू कैन नॉट एक्चुअली कंट्रोल योर रिएक्शंस that way.
Yes, but it obviously depends on the kind of personality you are. For me, it was absolutely a moment of too much emotion. It was a moment of gratitude because
See,
I really thought that it was very humbling for me. A superstar of the millennium is standing in front of you, offering you,
exactly.
tissues to wipe your tears. It doesn't happen with you every day,
वाह.
and
तो
he's
उन्होंने आपके
clapping for you.
तो उन्होंने आपके आंसू भी पोंछे.
So poche to nahi, but obviously, breaking the barriers of COVID restrictions. Also, he came very
जी.
close to me and offered me
Okay.
tissues 2 times to
Wow.
wipe off. And there is an iconic picture, with
Absolutely.
me. I will share it with you. Where he's bending down and offering me tissues, and I am smiling. So I think those are moments that actually are carved in stone in your life, and nobody's going to take it away from you. So I think those moments really make you feel very humble and make you really indebted towards the Almighty for giving you so much of love and so much of recognition in this life, which I truly feel I don't deserve. But the way it has been, I think it has been an entire journey of gratitude for me, and I hope that I can build it on from here.
Mashallah, and I would actually pray to the Almighty that He blesses you more. And of course, I would say that when Bachchan sir did that, when he came to you and he offered tissues to you twice, I think these are the acts of Bachchan sir which makes him more greater and different from the other actors. And when you spoke
Absolutely.
about gratitude, so I think I completely agree with you that gratitude is something which has to be there truly from the heart, because the more
Yeah.
gratitude we have in our life, that is very important, because like whatever we are receiving, we have to be thankful for that, which not many people do that. But then yes, that sense of gratitude is there in you. I think that's a great thing.
Thank
So,
you.
so moving on to the next question. This is
Yeah.
something which everyone asks or everyone feels like. Any wish or dream you fulfilled after winning at KBC, which was long pending.
Um, you know, not exactly in that sense that it was a dream or something, but yeah, I think the platform that KBC gave me to talk about a lot of things, and make people listen to those things, I think that has been fulfilled to a great extent in terms of, and if you've been watching my posts on Insta and on Facebook, I've become all the more vocal about things that are close to my life and close to my heart, in terms of sharing my experiences of how my journey has been as a small town girl with minimal resources, and obviously a lot of friction from the society, and how the journey of a typical girl is. So, and that was my message in the show as well. So I think the win has been able to solidify that commitment towards that purpose. And I think that wish is somehow getting fulfilled day by day, as I'm getting more acceptance, and I'm getting more appreciation from people, from the for the thoughts that I have. More and more girls and men and boys are reaching out to me on my DMs in terms of what I really feel about creating an equal society for everybody. And I think that is something that is overwhelming at this point in time.
Wow, absolutely stunning. You've answered so many questions, which I was supposed to ask you later on. But then, yeah, that's really nice that you've been vocal and you are actually expressing your thoughts more often than what you used to. Yes, of course, I am following your Instagram and I see your posts regularly. So
You
that's
do,
very
and
great.
thank you so much for always replying and responding to all my posts.
It's my pleasure. So, yes, what did you do or you want to do with the prize money which you won?
See, this is the most common question, apart from the one कि आपके account में पैसे आ गए क्या? So ये दो questions है जो बहुत common questions है. To which I always say that the first one is that we really didn't think that we will go on to win so much of money. So obviously there was no plan in place, but slowly and gradually we will plan, and we will make sure that we do the bit of charity that then that our religion, Islam, prescribes us to do. So that money will be kept aside and given in zakat. So that is a mandatory task for
Ji,
us.
ji, ji.
The other part is to put some money aside for our parents, our in-laws and my parents, for their medical needs, and because they're aging. So that will go into that, plus Daniel's future, a little amount of in that. And obviously securing our future and investing wisely is something that I've always believed in. So these are 2-3 things that are top of our mind, that we will be doing. So yeah, let's see how it shapes up from there.
Okay, I really felt good that you want to keep some amount for the needy, for the poor, and at the same time, you've actually remembered your parents and their needs, because that is very important in every aspect of life, because they are the ones who've grown us that much. And
Absolutely.
Daniel,
And everything,
yeah, please
yeah,
go ahead.
please. I'm saying that everything we are, it's because of them. And so, obviously it's now our chance to, give it back in
Exactly,
whatever little means we have. So yeah, we'll make sure that we're doing our part.
exactly. And Daniel is your 10-year-old son, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Okay. If he is around, then ask him to just say hi to us, maybe.
Okay, Daniel, can you just come and say hi? Of course, he's around.
Okay, and after
Come say
Daniel comes around and says hi to us, I would also like to ask you, you spoke about the small town which you belong to. So which small town
yes.
is that, and maybe some experiences of yours in small town?
Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hey,
Say
Assalamu
hi.
alaikum.
Hello, walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
How are you, Daniel?
I'm fine.
I like your headphones. Can you please send it to me?
No,
These are his new prized possessions. He's very possessive about it.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much. Thank you for
Divana,
coming.
welcome.
Okay. Take care.
new age kids.
Yeah, he is very good looking, mashallah. So I was asking that you mentioned about the small town which where you belong to. So we would like to know which small town it is and any experience of yours you would like to share with us.
Yes, I belong to this city in Ranchi. I was born and raised there, and a large part of my education was done there. It's a beautiful city with very sweet, humble people. And, I always say that there is no other part in the world which I can call home. So Ranchi will always be home for me, no matter
Oh,
where I am, no matter where I stay. So my
Ranchi is the
heart is
same.
always like,
Ranchi is the same place where
no, no, it's
Dhoni belongs, right?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So we have grown in the same neighborhood as Dhoni. He's from
Okay.
the same school.
Ah,
So we have absolutely seen him grow with us together. So yeah, Dhoni is the poster boy of Ranchi and absolutely helped Ranchi to come on the global map. After his success. So yes, we are truly indebted to him for that. I was, like I said, major part of my life I've spent there, and then I moved to Delhi to study. And when I was growing up, and I've said that we were from a humble middle class background, and it was not that easy for women to actually take their own decisions or have opinions rather. So I think from that time to this time, girls are still struggling in their own little ways, but yes, they've come a long way for sure, and there's larger acceptance for women to have their own choices, have their own freedom to make those choices. And I think it's slowly and gradually changing, but when we were growing up, it was not the case. Absolutely.
okay. Thank you so much for talking about that. Well, the next question, which I was supposed to ask you, was pertaining to girls. So, what's your take about women empowerment? Women empowerment के बारे में आपकी क्या राय या क्या सोच रही है?
सी मुझे शायद हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि औरतों को एक जो लेसर जेंडर है या वीकर जेंडर है, चाहे फिजिकली हो या इमोशनली हो, या फाइनेंशियली हो, हमेशा एक वीकर जेंडर की तरह देखा गया है. सो आई थिंक दैट इज वेयर इट पिंचेस द मोस्ट टू सी women as a lesser gender or somebody who's weak. And I would say that emotion is not a weakness. Emotion really is a strength, and that we should kind of हमें कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि हम अपने बेटों को सेंसिटिव बना सकें. आई थिंक वी कैन मेक आवर सन्स इमोशनल. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, सो दैट दे कैन be empathetic towards other people. They can feel other people's pain. So I think the larger part of women empowerment, and why I feel so strongly about it, is that I have grown up seeing that inequality in the society, and where women have to strive like 100 times harder than a man. And they have everything so easy in life. Not everybody, yes, but majority. There is a certain amount of stigma in the society against women. So wo sara jo experience hai, and I think that really pushes me forward to kind of voice it more openly. And I think that my take on women empowerment would be that it won't happen in a jiffy. It won't happen only women if only women are empowered, but I think men should be equal participants to it. And that is why I'm so vocal about men coming forward and being a part of that journey, right? And how it is important for all of us to raise better men, and the world will become a better place for women automatically.
Exactly, you're right about it. The more participation of men are there in this context, the more it's going to be happening, in favor of women. And yes, all the people who feel that women are lesser in anything than men, actually, they are weak themselves. Otherwise, I don't really consider myself that women are weak anytime. In fact, women are the people who are more stronger, because when, if you consider just a small thing wherein, my mom, for example, or any woman who actually becomes pregnant and after that keeps the baby in the womb for 9 months, and after that gives birth to the baby. So that entire task, I don't think any man will be able to do it, even if like they get the power to do it. So I think like these, there are so many other things which makes women more stronger than men actually speak.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So the next question I want to ask you is that you won 1 CR over here, but what if like in future you win 10 crores in any show? What is going to be your reaction?
I don't know. I have never thought about these things in life, right? Honestly, I never thought
Acha.
about. I thought about going to KBC. I never thought about winning one
Okay.
crore.
Okay.
I do not aspire for dreams like that. I
Okay.
aspire for a lot of recognition. I aspire for a lot of knowledge, but not so much money. I think money is a consequence of a lot of things, and money comes around plus minus 6 months any which way.
That is
So
true. That is
honestly,
true.
it's not in my wildest of dreams to think that I'll go on to win 10 crores somehow somewhere. No.
Okay. Out of the context, like any person who's already won on KBC, can that person still again participate in that show again? Is it like possible?
Well, I don't think so. Honestly, this should not be the case because, then, it will be unfair to a lot of people who are already trying. So I'm not sure if you can do that or not. Maybe the team can answer this better. But
Okay.
as far as my knowledge goes, I don't think that once you have been on the sets of KBC as a participant, I don't think you're eligible to participate again. I'm not sure, I might be
Okay.
wrong.
Okay.
But, that's what my limited understanding about, participation is.
Okay. But what if like KBC teams call Nazia? Okay, hello, we want you to participate again, Nazia. Please, will you do that?
Yeah, why not? That won't happen, but yeah, if you're talking about hypothetical questions, yes, of course.
Okay. So
But I'm not sure if everyone would want to see me again on the show. They want to see new people, different people.
okay, okay. So what's your best memory of the KBC? Like the
I
bestest
think
one.
you know the best memory would be answering the fastest finger first and being the only one to answer that question. Till date, when I've come back from the show and I've been talking to a lot of people, one thing that has been common across all compliments that I've got is that I really answered a very tough question and I was alone. So that entire walk of fame of getting up from my seat and walking to Amitji alone, and everybody was completely in awe that it was a very difficult question and I took a lot of time
What was the question, by the
to
way? Do you remember?
Yes, the question was to arrange these travels in their chronological order, and the options were Megasthenes's visit to India, Farhein's visit to India, Swami Dayanand's visit to Chicago, and Netaji's visit to Germany. So that was the question, and it is not one of those typical fastest finger first question. It
Exactly.
was
Like
tough by a lot of
my mind is
standards.
blowing right now, and I wouldn't be able to answer that.
So, I took a lot of time. You get 15 seconds to answer. I took 13.96 seconds. But, I was the only one to answer that. And, that moment when my name flashed on the screen and that green band that comes and it was just my name, I think that is a memory that is going to, be stuck in my head for a long, long time. And the moment I walked, from my seat to the hot seat, I think that was very, very, that was an amazing experience and memory for me.
I can still see it fresh in your eyes and in your voice. The moment you're like, you're seeing it. सब ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप इस वक्त मतलब वो महसूस कर रही है इतना आपने वो अभी तक
You
ताजा है
know,
दिमाग में.
If I look back on my life, I can proudly say that nothing has come easy. So maybe I was made to do tough things, and so it was a tough question, and I kind of cracked it there, and so somehow it kind of really inspires me and makes me stronger if you accomplish really a tough objective. So yeah, that is very special. That is absolutely going down
Okay,
with
okay,
me.
okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. You are a strong woman, and may you become more stronger and create more
thank you.
examples for other women so that they can get inspiration from you. And that is what the motive of me also to get you on my YouTube channel and make a video so that whoever watches this video, especially the women, they understand how it takes, and even if like they get little energy or maybe little strength from you, I think my motto or my funda, my aim of doing this is gonna be solved or fulfilled. Okay,
Thank you,
so
Shah. Thank you for doing this because many people would do this for a lot of other things, right? But I really appreciate a man coming forward and talking about these issues and actually making a communication piece for this entire thing. I have interviewed a lot after KBC, but nobody has ever interviewed me with an agenda of talking about women rights and what is my take on that. So I think that is the most beautiful feeling ever.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. Of course, meeting Amitabh sir is always a dream, and you always get fascinated. But how was your interaction? Because you spent a long time, right from the moment you won in the fastest finger first, and till the time you won that 1 crore. So, how was your interaction overall?
It was wonderful, and I met him 2 days. So because I was a
Oh,
rollover contestant, yeah.
okay.
So I met him 2 days, and like I said, that he's absolutely humble, and the way he makes the conversation so easy, and it flows around so easily. I think that is the most wonderful experience that one can have. A lot of people ask me that were you nervous? How come you're so confident? But when I was talking to him, I thought that, this hot seat is once in a lifetime opportunity. And so why not
Absolutely.
make the most of it? And, things that I really believe in. And maybe I'll convey the message to the larger audience through, through this platform, and having Mr. Bachchan as your advocate. Not everybody gets that opportunity, right? So, when he said that you're very brave, and, the way you're putting it across, he's very proud of me, not because the money that you're winning, Nazia, it's because of your thoughts. So I think, it was a kind of, what to say, a redemption of sorts, that okay, I am probably moving in the right direction, and what I feel is right, so might as well voice it out and use this platform. So I think that entire conversation, and what you've seen on the show, is a very small amount of what the conversation was, because obviously it's a huge time, and they have to manage the time. There are a lot of edits and everything, but I think we spoke about a lot of other things as well, which were so meaningful. And obviously we can't have everything on the show, but it's there in my memory. And I think that is what makes me feel so happy about meeting him and having those conversations.
Okay, cool. All right. So the next important question is that we all know, or I mean, I know that you are a big movie buff. So which are your 10 all-time best movies?
Ah, okay, that's a tough one. Putting your movies in a bucket of 10 is very difficult. I'm a very old school person when it comes to selecting movies. So, the kind of movies I like won't resonate with a lot of, with a lot of audience. But, if I had to kind of, say 10 movies, I really like Life is Beautiful. It's Roberto Benigni's movie. I am a huge fan of the Holocaust movies, the movies that were based in the on the subject of Nazi concentration camps. So I like Life is Beautiful. I like Schindler's List a lot. I like the one that is recently come in, Jojo Rabbit. I like. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. So I cannot go on and on and on, right? I love movies and books, related to, the Holocaust in Germany. And I think that is a subject that's very close to my heart. I haven't spoken much about this, but I think, for an entire, generation to believe that a particular sect of people was so dangerous to their existence was unimaginable. So I think I'm very touched by that subject, and I feel really strongly about it. So these are some of the movies that I really like. I'm a huge Imtiaz Ali fan. I love Tamasha. I love Highway. People will hate me for saying that I love Harry Met Sejal as well, but I'm absolutely in love with that movie. I think Imtiaz Ali deals with, the topic of love very differently, the topic of pain very differently. So I don't think any other, artist in India is able to portray that subject so beautifully as Imtiaz does. One of my favorite old-time movies is Prem Rog, like I said. It deals with widow remarriage. So I love that. I love this movie, which is an old-time thriller called Mera Saya. I don't know if how many people have seen that movie or not, but it's Sunil Dutt and Sadhna, and it's an absolutely mind-bending suspense. That I think somebody was really, really talented to think about that subject at that time. So, these are some of the movies that I really like. I like movies on women empowerment. I like movies where women are lead characters. I absolutely love Vidya Balan. In terms of a lot of things, because she defies a lot of stereotypes in terms of how movie actresses should look like, right? They should be thin and slim and all that.
Correct.
And
You're right.
she's absolutely bold and strong and carefree, and she gives two hoots to anybody who says lose weight and look and fit in a particular stereotype. So I really like that. I love Vidya Balan Tumhari Sulu, by the way. It's one of my
Yes.
favorite movies. The way she's portrayed, the humor and everything.
Exactly.
I love that. I love Pa a lot. I think Vidya Balan is absolutely great. Mr. Bachchan is out of the world in that movie. For somebody to even imagine, playing a character like that. So, I can go on and on. I love different kinds of movies for different reasons, but I'll never be able to put it in a bucket. I'm a huge hopeless romantic, so I would love all romantic rom-coms, English or Hindi, but, somehow I also feel that I'm a masochist. I really feel a lot of what to say. I feel a different kind of happiness in pain. So okay, so let's not go there. It'll become very philosophical, Irshad, and we'll
Okay,
keep that
okay.
discussion for some other day. But these are some of
Exactly.
the movies that I absolutely adore.
Yeah, I think we'll keep another session especially for that topic, inshallah, and
Yes.
we'll elaborate on that. Right. So I could
Yeah.
see that actually your movies list went more than 10, and that can happen if you like that subject a lot. All right. So
Yeah.
now I want to ask you one thing, that your all-time favorite Hindi movie scene.
Hindi movie scene.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. That's a very difficult one, but I think, I spoke about Tamasha,
Ranbir
and
Kapoor's Ranbir Kapoor's
yes,
Tamasha.
Ranbir Kapoor, and I think Ranbir Kapoor is the most underutilized actor in this country. He is brilliant.
Okay.
He's absolutely, like, apart from the looks that he has, but I think he's totally underutilized, and nobody has utilized him like Imtiaz Ali in Tamasha. So there's a scene where he sits with his parents and he talks about, and he tells them a story that मैं आपको एक story बताना चाहता हूँ, and एक लड़का था और कुछ, he talks about dreams, and how childhood dreams are crushed and parents force children to become something else, and there's a lot of anxiety within them, and the way he portrays it through the metaphors of a snake and a lot of other things, I think, and how computerized and monotonous our lives have become, or made rather, where there is no space for feelings, there's no space for emotions and art and all those things. So if you haven't seen that, go and watch it, and you'll understand why I say Ranbir is the most underutilized actor in our country, and the way he portrays that subject, and the way he's talking to his family, and helping them understand what he's wanting to say. I think that gives me goosebumps even today talking about that scene. I think that's brilliant.
Okay, okay. I mean, I could imagine that, and I feel that you have a very different take uh, towards movies. Like, it's not just like a common audience would say, okay, I like that, I like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. You kind
Yeah.
of you remind me of those kind of people who are involved in the discussions, because I am also an actor by profession. I am into theater. I have been doing theater with Indian People Theater Association, which has some
Very nice.
Shabana Azmi, the late A.K. Handal sir, and Rakesh Bedi, and many more. So I remember that when we would sit in a discussion, and we would discuss about movies. So they would speak the way you are speaking, like now. So I first for a moment I feel that you're not actually the Nazir who's working in a corporate world. Basically, I feel that you are maybe a movie director who's talking about a subject like that.
I have always had a penchant for poetry, writing poetry and reading a lot of poetry.
Okay,
And when I
clever.
look at movies, my husband is a movie buff, and he's a hardcore Anurag Kashyap fan. He's a hardcore
Oh, okay.
Irfan Khan fan. So I was more on the rom-com side. He was more on more art cinema, or more what we used to call parallel cinema, but it's not parallel anymore. It's become mainstream cinema. So he can kill for Anurag Kashyap. So we are that kind of family. So our most common binding factor would be the movies where we discuss. And in the age of OTT and web series and all that, I think there's a lot of conversation. And as mature audiences, I don't think we watch the movies like just a piece of cinema, but we see it or watch it as a reflection of our own understanding of issues, right?
That is
Like,
right.
when we were growing up, we would see a lot of movies, slapstick comedy, humor, sexism. We would all take that with a pinch of salt, right? But not anymore. I mean, like, a couple of days back, some scene was flashing in front of me on TV, and there was some actress, I wouldn't name that actress, but she was probably making fun of a man who was dark, and of a skin color, and calling him names openly, and it was supposed to be a comic scene, right? But that doesn't spark humor anymore. In the late 80s or early 90s or late 90s, people would laugh their guts out in scenes like those, of making fun of a plum woman. That is not comedy anymore. And I think audiences have become mature in terms of not taking casual sexism or body shaming or height shaming, for that matter, as comedy. So as audiences, we have also matured, and I think the cinema has also matured. They don't put in humor like that unless it is crass piece of work or something. So I think everything is changing that way.
You're right about it. You're right. So now I want to ask you, if I asked you the song you want to listen at this moment, which will that be? एक ऐसा गाना जो आपके दिमाग में, जहन में या मन में अभी आ रहा हो कि अभी सुनना है आपको, वो कौन सा रहेगा?
Okay. There's this very nice hummable song from the movie Ye Waada Raha, and the song is Tu Tu Hai Wahi Dil Ne Jise Apna Kaha. I think it's Kishore Kumar and Asha Bhosle. I think it's a very happy-go-lucky song, and that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. So why don't we hear it from you?
Oh, okay, of course, of course. And I think it features Kapoor, yeah, Rishi Kapoor, right? If I'm
Rishi
not wrong.
Kapoor and I think Poonam Dhillon and Tina Muneem. I think it's a classic story of plastic surgery or something. God knows what. But yeah,
Okay.
the music was very good.
All right, so I'll sing a few lines for you, okay?
Sure.
And for everyone who's watching the YouTube channel. Okay. Actually, I think you should start with that la 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 la, and then I should begin.
I can't. Don't put me in a spot, Ishad. I'm telling you, I can give you critique on films. I can give you lyrics, but I
Just try.
cannot give you music or.
Just try.
No, I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't.
Okay, I'll do it.
Please
I'll
go
do it.
ahead.
Okay.
We have an expert here. Let's hear it from him.
All right. La 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 la. तू है वही दिल ने जिसे अपना कहा, तू है जहां मैं हूँ वहां, अब तो ये जीना तेरे बिन है सजा। ओ मिल जाए इस तरह दो लहरें जिस तरह, मिल जाए इस तरह दो लहरें जिस तरह, फिर हो ना जुदा, हाँ ये वादा रहा. I also can go on and on and on when it comes to music, but yes.
Because that's where your passion is, right?
Exactly. And before we wind up this lovely interview, one last question I would like to ask you. A message from Nazia Naseem for all the women in the world.
All the women in the world, I think, it is very important for all of us to know and feel that we are very, very special, and let nobody, even if it is your parents, put you down. Never, ever. Because, sometimes we feel that, a lot of friction comes from within the family, right? And sometimes what we feel is right for our own existence, for our own rights, we have to put up a huge fight. And I've been saying this across platforms that, that fight is completely worth it. Don't feel guilty about breaking somebody's heart. Don't feel guilty about being a little bit of, a little bit selfish about yourself, your rights, your platforms, your equal, opportunities. Go ahead and grab it, because, if you keep sitting and waiting that the world will soon become, a bed of roses for you, it's not going to happen. There are a lot of women who have worked really, really hard to have a seat on the table that we finally have. In most cases, we still don't, right? But, put up a fight, be a warrior. If somebody calls you names, let them call it. It doesn't matter. Just put those things behind you and move ahead, and stop feeling guilty about everything in life. I think it's your life and you have a right to be happy. So do that and grab that opportunity.
Okay, that was a lovely message, and I would just want to I can't thank you enough for coming on Zoom and
it's
talking to
absolutely
us.
my pleasure.
Thank you so much for this lovely interview. May God bless you with a lot of accolades, and fulfill all your dreams and prayers, and keep working for the women, and keep working for yourself like this, and grow more. Take care.
Thank you so much, Ishad. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.